Hello students, good morning, welcome back to our channel. I hope you're fine, safe and sound, doing very well at home. I hope you're taking care of yourself, I hope you're taking care of your family, and well, today we have science class. First of everything, I want to thank God that I'm here safe and sound with you in another class. I'm very happy to be here again, and let's start with the class now. So today we have science class. And our topic today is going to be how do waves affect the shore? We're going to study how some water movements can affect the erosion of beaches, how they can create some new forms of the land according to how the water washes up the sand from the shorelines. All right. So let's start with the first movement here. Our first movement here is the longshore drift. So the longshore drift is when waves approach to the shore and water washes up sand at an angle, carrying sand grains here. As the waves slow down, they deposit the sand they're carrying on shallow underwater. Underwater slope, forming a long ridge called sandbar. So this is when the waves of the sea approach to the shore. Okay, they go to the coastline, and then the water washes up the sand. It goes like it crashes against the sand at some angle. It goes with an angle, okay, with a determined angle, and it carries the sand and the grains. But when the waves slow down, the grains that they carry, they deposit into an angle as they were washed up on the shallow underwater slope, and they caused a sandbar. So it begins to deposit and deposit and deposit until it becomes a sandbar. Let me show you one example here. Okay, here we have the picture for you to get a better image of what I'm talking about here. So here are the waves in an angle, in a certain angle, right? They go here, they go towards the coastline in an angle. So the sand will be up, down, according to the wave movement, and then it begins to create this thing that it's below here that I'm marking with my mouse. This one here is the sandbar. This one is here. This one is the sandbar here. This one. Okay. So this is the wave going here. This is the movement here of the longshore drift that goes into the sides. And when it goes into the sides, it starts to create a sandbar in an angle here. Then we have the RIP, the rip currents. The rip currents, it's when a sandbar grows, it can trap the water flowing along the shore. This one is very important, so let's pay attention. So the sandbar grows, it traps the water flowing. Yes, it traps water. And in some places, the water breaks down through the sand. So it begins to break through the sand and floats back to the ocean bottom. So it breaks the sand's sandbar, and it starts to go into the ocean again. And this process creates a rip current, a rush of water that flows rapidly back to the sea through a narrow opening. So it creates a small narrow opening, and it goes all the way, the water goes all the way through that narrow opening to the small opening in the sandbar. Let's check out how does this look. Rip currents can carry a swimmer out into deep water. So this current is very fast and is very strong. So it can carry a swimmer into deep water. So it goes like, it pushes him or her into the deep water. Because rip currents are narrow, good, and strong, swimmers can usually escape by swimming across the current parallel to the beach. So the swimmer, if it's trapped by this rip current, he or she can swim out of this rip current by swimming parallel to the beach, okay, in horizontal way, not vertical, because the rip currents are vertical. So he or she have to swim in a horizontal way. So this is about this is some rip current information to know your options. Here we have some pretty nice infographic image which says, if caught in a rip current, relax. Rip currents don't pull you under. They don't pull you under, but they pull you farther. Not under, farther. Don't swim against the current. You don't have to swim if the current goes this way. This way. Don't swim this way. Don't do it. Swim out of the current, then to the shore. So it means that you have to swim out from the current first and then to the shoreline. If you can't escape, float or tread water. It means that you have to float while you are in the rip current. If you need help, yell or wait for assistance. If you can't definitely go out of this rip current, you have to wait for help. You have to yell, "Hey, please help me! I'm here trapped in a rip current." Well, you're not going to yell that, but you're going to yell like, "Help me, please! I need help," or something along those lines. So this is a current here. If you can notice, this is a rip current. This swimmer is trapped in the rip current. So for you to get out of the rip current, you have to swim to the sides. To the sides, not up or down, no, to the sides. You have to swim to the sides to get out of this rip current. Rip currents are powerful currents of water moving away from the shore, as I told you before. They can sweep even the strongest swimmer away from the shore. If all possible, swimmers swim near a lifeguard. Okay, so this is some information about the rip currents, as I told you before. Here is the rip current. Here in this space. Why? Because these waves are parallel to the shore, but these don't go parallel to the shore. So this is it is vertical rather than horizontal here. So it is like this. This in the middle, this middle space here, is the rip current between these waves here. Then we have the beach erosion. Here is the information about it. Waves shape a beach by eroding the shore in some places and building it in other places. This is basically when the water washes away the sand and it deposits the sand in some places. I'm going to show you a picture later, but it's basically that thing. Barrier beaches. Barrier beaches here are very interesting too. Long sand deposits called barrier beaches form parallel to the shore and are separated from the mainland by a shallow lagoon. Waves break against the barrier beach, protecting the mainland for erosion. Okay, so these barrier beaches, they are very large sand deposits, which form a barrier parallel to the coastline, to the shore, and they are separated from the mainland, from the, let's say, from the cities or from the base, or they're separated from the places in the mainland by a shallow lagoon. A lagoon, it's a small water body. Waves break against the barrier beach, protecting the mainland. So they protect the mainland. They don't do almost anything to it because they all go towards the barrier beach. This is an example of the beach erosion. Yes. So 1 year ago it was like this. Yes, very neat, very full of sand. It was very, very full of it. But now, as the time passes, the water starts to erode the sand. So there's a little bit less of sand here, but it's in a more extended territory here. So it is less dense in volume, but it grows in length, right? So this has a shorter amount of sand, or almost the same, but I think it's a little bit shorter, but it's fuller. But now here it's larger. It's thanks to a bigger territory, but it is less dense. It is less concentrated than in this picture here. And this is an example of the barrier beaches. So this is the mainland. So this is, or this, basically all of these are barrier beaches, but this is the most prominent one here. I could only get aerial photographs, like from drones and things. They're not very common to take pictures of. But here we have the barrier beach here. This one is going to prevent this water to go to the mainland here, or to reach it here, and start eroding this sand. It erodes this one, but not this one. But obviously, as erosion goes by, this is going to go slightly less dense and less concentrated, and it's going to be thinner, and then it's going to rebuild in another place. So this is the basic cycle of erosion. And we have sand dunes and groins. So the sand dunes are hills of windblown sand called sand dunes. They can make a beach more stable and protect the shore from erosion. The strong roots of dune plants hold the sand in place and help slow erosion. So these sand dunes they're bumps or small hills that are made from windblown sand that form in the sand of beaches and coastlines and shores, and they make the beaches more stable because they have plants, and these plants have roots. These roots, they go down all the way down through the sand, and they become stable, and they hold the sand down. And groins are built to reduce beach erosion outwards beach. Sand carried by the water piles up on one side of the groin instead of moving down the shore, but groins often increase erosion down the beach. So they reduce beach erosion on one place, but increase beach erosion in other places. These are the sand dunes. I hope you got a better picture of what I'm saying. The sand piles up of the plants. Yes, it piles in the plants. So these plants hold them like a lock. That was the word I wanted to tell you. They lock these sand grains and prevent them from going away. That's what happens in this case. And these are the beach groins here. Yes, they prevent the sand from piling up in places like here, but they pile up in other places like here. So it's like a redundancy in this case. So that will be all for today. I hope you had an interesting class today. If you have any questions, or if you want to comment something, please feel free to do it. We will be very happy to help you. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you around.